so sweet and kind. Thank you. Am I boring you?
Not at all, Mark. Hello. My question is, what are some of the advantages and disadvantages of playing real-life characters and fictional ones?
I've gotten to play a lot of real-life characters, and I really enjoy it. Actors are also we're also reporters of time. You know, we're reporting on people's lives, and it could be a journalistic reportage sort of journey. And if you're playing a real person, you have a responsibility to them, to their family, to their legacy, to their story. And like I was saying, people invite actors into their lives in ways that I just can't think of many other professions that do. And they want to get very personal and they want to tell you their story, the darkest things, their biggest secrets. And that's a privilege for us to hold, to have to carry, to have to do. And so I find that playing real people is incredibly freeing in a way because you got a cheat sheet. And real people are surprising. They don't line up. They're full of inconsistencies and conflicts, and so by playing real people, you really understand more how to play fictional people, to bring those same inconsistencies and conflicts within them, because inconsistencies and conflicts within a character are what makes a character interesting to us, I find.
Hi, Mark.
Hey, Leo.
When the performance on the screen or on stage deeply affects me, I feel connected to the person. The actor doesn't know I'm even in the audience or in the theater, but I feel connected, I feel seen. And after coming here to the Stella Adler Academy, I realized that it's because the actor themselves are connected to something, to their inner world, to the circumstance. So my question is, you need to convince me that you and Laura Linney are not siblings in real life. Because you need to convince me that you and Laura Linney are not siblings in real life. Because you can count on me as one of the greatest sibling stories I've ever seen. And my question is, how is it different forming that connection with your scene partner on the stage, for example, This Is Our Youth, versus on screen? And is there a difference? How do you approach it?
I don't think there's a big difference between how you approach the work on screen and on stage. Kenny Lonergan will say, you just have to listen and respond, but just do it louder when you're on stage. And that makes a lot of sense. So I auditioned for You Can Count on Me. Kenny wanted to hire a star for that. And I had to beg him to let me audition for it. And so finally, begrudgingly, he let me do it. And it was on a Sunday in the casting director's office. No one was there. It was just him and me. He was holding a camcorder in one hand, the script in the other. And we did it. And his big thing was, no one's going to believe that you and Laura Linney are brothers and sister because you don't look anything alike. And I was like, so? Maybe Mom had an affair with the plumber. I mean, what does it matter? But it was a big deal. But then when I did the thing, he's like, oh, actually, you can be really good in this part. He was surprised. So he took the tape and he gave it to the producers. But they wanted to see me and Laura side by side, so they invited me to come and do a table reading with the rest of the cast. And I walked in the door, and I see Laura, and she smiles, and she says, hello, Mark. And I said, this part is mine. And it was just that feeling of kindred spirit. Sometimes you have that with people immediately, and you don't even know them. And that's a gift for a project. But what I think you're trying to do is create, and I immediately felt embraced by her and safe with her. And I think what really good couples or acting partners is they're really developed a sense of safety with each other. When we did Poor Things, we did 3 weeks of nothing but theater games. We didn't talk about the script or the characters one time. We rolled around on the floor, we did machines, we puppeted each other, and whenever we did do the script or read from the script, we might read 1 or 2 scenes at the end of each day, but we had to do it in a weird, like, duck voice. People are like, well, how did you guys, what did Yorgos, how did you do, what is he telling you about your character? Not a damn thing. But in that experience of that play, we were dancing, we were touching each other, we were making machines together, we were doing the silliest things together, but what we really were doing was developing this physical camaraderie, this nonverbal connection to each other, which made us feel very safe with each other and free with each other. So when we got to the words, the script is living in you, by the way. So even if you're not working on it directly, you're working on it. When you enter a rehearsal space, you're entering into the world of the story. When you step on the platform, you're immediately in the world of the story, whether you're working on it directly or indirectly. All of that to say that you want to be free with your partners. You want to be free with your ensemble. That's where really great acting, actually, well, no, that's not true. Some actors are so fucking great by themselves, it doesn't even matter, right? Like you get a Daniel Day-Lewis, you can put him with anyone, Meryl, all those people. They're great no matter what. You don't even need another actor in there with them. They could do the whole fucking thing by themselves, and it would be fucking great, right? But I'm not that good. So I really need other people to be good. And I need them to be good too, so I can be better. And then they're better, and then I'm better. And it goes back and forth and back and forth. That's all I have to say about that.
This is the last question, y'all. Michael LeVar, and so you can go as long as you want for this.
Is that Clifton? No. Clifton Collins? No. We acted together when we were kids with Robert. What? With Robert Redford? Yes. He's got some great stories too. Love you. Robert Redford. We got to work with Robert Redford. Jack, hey babe, good to see you, man.
Next up, last up, Michael LeVar.
Michael.
During your Walk of Fame ceremony, you credited Joanne Linville as being one of your biggest inspirations. You called her your teacher. Can you share with us maybe your most profound lesson you got from her? Something that you maybe still think about today that maybe you put into your work?
Yeah, that's a great question. That's a great closing question too. I talked a lot about Stella because Stella had all the big flash, she was a big character and she had the sound bites. Joanne was a great actor. To have a great actor who's your teacher is the greatest way to learn to act. I talked how she put so much focus on the imagination. She wouldn't let you walk in that door and say a damn line unless she saw in her imagination what you were seeing in yours. And her bullshit detector was like seismic. I mean, she could sense bullshit in Taiwan. It was that sensitive, you know? But because she could sense it, you began to sense it in yourself. She's talked so much. First, we studied poetry. And you're like, poetry? I want to do it on the waterfront, man. Poetry. But poetry is such it lives in the imagination, you know. It's this kind of, the words are this distillation of images. And we did so much work on poetry, and we all came to love poetry the way Joanne did. And and she used to say, we need more poets in the world. The poetry is where we'll grow as human beings. That's where we'll learn as human beings. And those seeds were planted in us, and you'll see it in the teachers who studied with her. You know, it's so important that we understand the poets, because they're the direct sort of connection to whatever's divine. And they're just beautiful. And if you understand poetry, then you can bring poetry into your work, you know? You understand where to look for it in the work. And poetic work is like special work. It's very, very special. People who know and understand poetry. So that was a big thing. And then inner life, the inner life. The words don't mean a fucking thing if you don't have the inner life. And the words come out of an inner life that's rich. And her inner life, she could be on the stage for 10 minutes, 15 minutes and not utter a single word, and you couldn't take your eyes off the woman. Her inner life was so full. She would go from smiling to laughing to crying, and she would take you on a journey just without saying a word, you know? And I think that's been lost in teaching a little bit. I see when I'm watching things, I think I wish that person had a little bit more inner life and a little less trying to say the lines in a clever way. And that's really where as an actor, that's where the real fun is, man. Is like having that inner life that carries you from line to line. It's really hard. It takes a long, long time to develop it. I think some people have it naturally. It's taken me years and years and years and years and years to develop it. But that's like really where the fun is. And that was what Joanne was all about. She had the most profound impact on my life. I was a blue-collar kid. I didn't know what poetry was. I was dyslexic. I couldn't even read a fucking book. And she turned me on to Dylan Thomas. She turned me on to Pablo Neruda. She turned me on to Shakespeare. I hated Shakespeare. She turned me on to Shakespeare. She turned me, she turned us on to, and the St. Vincent Millay. I mean, the list goes on and on and on. And that has saved me in the darkest times. This world today is devoid of poetry. But we need it. We're dying for it. And you should engage in it because it soothes the soul. It feeds the soul. And you need it. As artists, you need it. You're desperately hungry for it. You don't even know it. So go to it. Find it. Let it feed you. I promise you, it will not ever fail you. And that was her gift to me and these teachers who worked with her. You gotta follow that up?
Everything that you're saying right now is exactly how these teachers teach.
Right.
Tim McNeil, talk about poetry. He said this maybe a couple of weeks ago to us. And so everything that you're saying and how you say that a lot of teachers don't teach that, these teachers here.
Oh, yes, these teachers do. 100%. Yeah.
We're so lucky. We're so lucky.
You are so lucky. When I say that, I'm not talking about this place. These guys are the best of the best. We all came up together. They know this better than I do, you know? So I appreciate that you clarified that, because we want you to come to the school. It's a great school. And you can feel the love here. So come to Stella Adler. And this is the real deal, this school here. Make sure when you walk in the lobby, they tell you that Mark Ruffalo studied here. At this particular school. There's a lot of Stella Adlers out there, but they're not this school. You guys are great. I love you. That was really nice. Yeah, that was nourishing to my soul, and that was poetic. Thank you.
Thank you, Mark.
Well, and the dude. John, you want to come up? I'm going to bring the teachers up. Will you help him on? Just so the people, the viewers know, this is Tim, this is who I was talking about, this is Bonnie, that's John.
Who else? What other?
Chris Thornton.
Chris Thornton, right here.
All right, thank you. Good night, thank you.
Thank you, Mark.
Joe, you want to say something?
Well, I was just going to say thank you for how I got here.
That's how I got here.